Hey guys, in this video we're making these beautiful little Christmas wish bracelets. We make two designs for our beautiful simple bracelets. This one here has a single sliding knot which slides along to adjust the cord. The second design has two sliding knots and both bracelets have a beautiful little star bead for the Christmas wish. The idea behind these bracelets is they're quite a thin cord so they won't last forever. You pop them on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and then when they start to deteriorate or fall off, they say your wish is on its way. So just a really cute, simple little idea. I pop the bracelets on these little bracelet cards as well, so you can screenshot these or make your own. They'd look cute on something printed as well. For our design today, we're using a 0.8mm polyester cord. And we've got these beautiful little either gold or silver star beads. For both bracelet designs, we start off with 50 centimeters of our 0.8 cord, and we start by placing one star bead into the middle of our thread. Now, picking our bracelet up, we lay the left side cord on top of the right side cord. Now I readjust my left hand so that I can hold it in between my left index finger and thumb, making sure we've got a little bit of length on this top cord, and then taking it down the back and around our finger, and again down the back and around our finger for our second loop, and again for a third loop as well, wrapping each loop towards the left. And you should have 3 loops here around your finger. So we gently hold on to those loops and take them off our finger. Now gently bending the end of our cord around and placing it down all 3 loops. Pulling it out the right hand side. Now we gently pull this knot down nice and tight. We want to try and do it slowly so that we can keep those 3 loops in their same order. That makes a really nice tidy sliding knot. So your sliding knot should slide along your bracelet so that you can adjust it bigger and smaller. And now we just need to size our bracelet and put our stopper knots on. So just extending that bracelet so that you can fit it over your hand onto your wrist, sliding it into the right position, and then having a look to see where you need your stopper knots to be. Probably about there for me, and just checking I can still fit it over my hand. And I'm going to place my 2 stopper knots about there on my cords. If you want to, you can place some little beads onto these cords as well before you tie your knots. They can make it easier to grab the cords to pull them tight. So I've just placed some little seed beads onto my cords, and now just tying an overhand knot, bringing the cord around to form a loop, bringing the end through the loop and pulling the knot down tight onto that spot. Making sure they're even on both cords. You can always untie and retie any of these knots if they're not in the right positions. But if you're happy with them, then go ahead and cut those tails off just outside the knots and cinch with a lighter so they don't fray. So there's your first Christmas wish bracelet with a beautiful little star bead and the single sliding knot. Now onto the second design with 2 sliding knots. Again using 50 centimeters of our 0.8mm cord and placing our beautiful little star bead into the center of our cord. Now bringing our ends around so that they overlap, and we've got this left side end on the top. Picking it up, we hold it in our left hand with this left side cord at the back. Making sure we've got a little bit of length on this top cord here, and then we bring it over the front, down and out the back to form our first little loop here. And again to the left, over the front, down and out the back for our second loop here. Gently holding our 2 loops and then bending the end of our cord around and placing it down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side and gently pulling that knot down nice and tight and tidy. Now that should be your first sliding knot. It should slide along the other cord. Now we just swap our bracelet onto the opposite side. Again, holding it in our left hand with this left side cord at the back. Making sure we've got a little bit of length on this top cord, and then bringing it over the front, down and out the back to form our first loop here. And again, over the front, down and out the back for our second loop here. Now gently bending the end of our cord around and placing it down both loops. Pulling it out the right hand side and pulling our knot down tight. Now you can check your bracelet, make sure your sliding knots are sliding okay, and also check the sizing of your bracelet. You can always untie and retie these knots until you're happy with them. And if you are, then cut these tails off just outside the knots and singe with a lighter so they don't fray. So there's your two simple designs for Christmas wish bracelets.